Well, decided to record another one today. Um, I'll try to keep the chair creaking to a minimum. Um, Trying to get back into this a little bit, and it is interesting just how unfamiliar it feels uh, from going to doing this every day to not to it definitely feeling like something completely foreign at this point. Um, Still trying to work through a lot of my own stuff, figure out what I'm doing with my life, figure out where my life is going. Um, it always feels like there's nothing really going on, and also um, too much to handle. Uh, One of the big things today for me was I was at the gym, and I've been sort of in and out with this for the last week, but kind of today, maybe the last couple weeks, but especially this week, and really had to face it today was so whatever appearance target I've been shooting for over the years, I would say that right now I'm about as physically close to being in shape the way that I would like to be as I've ever been. I would say that this is um the best attempt I've done so far. Um, I don't know that I would rank myself as at the best appearance ever, but from just a physically judgmental place, and if I was going to compete or something like that, I would say I'm the furthest along that I've ever been as far as like those progressions go. But and because I've trained people and been with and around people that have competed, like I'm well aware of like body dysmorphia. I'm well aware of like as you get to competition level shape, it becomes like increasingly less healthy. So you get more pain, more um, less strength, things like that. You less energy. So none of this stuff is a surprise to me, but it always, at this point, it still seems to be sneaking up and surprising me that I'm one running into these things, and two, um, I've witnessed this firsthand before and dealt with this myself, but I would say that this is like a whole another level where when I wake up in the morning, I feel like, oh, I'm such a whatever negative thing. Um, I feel like crap. I feel so fat today, whatever, and I'm lighter and in better shape, but I somehow feel worse. One, because of I'm definitely more sensitive to whatever my diet is. So if I don't eat enough protein, I'm still losing weight, but I'm losing muscle, so I don't feel as tight or kind of like as together. And so I feel worse, but I actually am still like looking better because things are showing better and stuff like that. So um, I definitely am at the point where like more often than not, no matter what direction my progress is, I feel worse about it and myself. Um, so there's like no real winning at this point. But even just like the fact that I have like visible body lines and things like that um, sort of snuck up on me, and I kept ignoring that it was there, and that I'd sort of made these milestones. I'd be like, oh, it's they're not like deep enough yet, or whatever, right? Um, and so even facing the fact that I am closer to my target is sort of shocking and hard to me because I don't feel any farther ahead than I was 6 months ago, even though I can make the same progress at this point, training like 3 or 4 times a week as I could training twice a day a month ago. Um, yeah, so, uh, and that kind of ties into some of the stuff I've been facing in on like the personal side of just like still running into the exact same problems, the exact same mindset, not knowing what I'm doing, thinking I want one thing, and then getting it, and then being hesitant or not wanting it, or changing what's important to me, or things like that. Even like I am still halfway out the door every second day. Like even though it seems so abstract at this point, like it doesn't even seem like a real goal anymore to stay here for another 3 months or to stay here till June or July, June 11th. Um, Even though like that was based in like you need to stop trying to get away and just sit and focus and just sit and see what happens instead of like creating a whole new set of problems. Um, like that just seems like something that was said so not founded in reality, and I definitely feel more and more like week to week it's like, oh no, now what I think this week is reality. Like what I was deluded last week, I was confused last week, I was caught up in these thoughts, but now I'm seeing clearly, um, which is real and not real at the same time. um, and I've been trying to face more and more of like things that I've done wrong, and the fact that I keep running up against these patterns and I keep making these same mistakes, and there's constantly people in the wake of this, and I have been trying hard to not hurt these people, and somehow it still continues to happen. um, and maybe to a certain extent, like some of that is inevitable, but um, yeah, I don't know that bringing people into my orbit is beneficial when I'm still so unclear on where I'm going or what the situation is. Uh, and as I get older and older, there's just like more and more things sort of come to light, and I'm sort of trying to face head on as best I can anyway. Um, and I'm really struggling again with this idea of like I feel like, and I say that I don't want to be alone, and I want this family, and I want this life, and I want to like give completely to somebody else, and I want to join lives with somebody, and like spend my life sort of growing and building together, because I really feel like that is what life is about. And I feel like the most amount of joy in life is like derived from sharing it with somebody that you're connected to deeply. Uh, but my actions, when presented with that, don't really seem to line up. And I don't know whether that's just fear or um, I don't know uh, if like those are my true sort of feelings coming out when I start to hesitate and make excuses and do all these things. Um, and my tendency to run away and create new problems and create new excuses is, yeah, I, I haven't really figured out where that's headed, but it doesn't. Those two things seem to be going in the opposite directions. But I've got a lot to figure out in the next 2 months. Um, Trying to figure out what to do in the next couple of weeks. I got a course to take for the next few days. Um, yeah, a lot of things that I should be doing, like always, that I'm not. And yeah, still just trying to live life and figure it all out. I don't know that I really closed any of the loops in this, but we'll get better again over time. Anyways, that's that's it for me. I got a bunch of stuff to get ready. Have a good day.